Welcome back to the Essence of the Soul.
A safe haven for all souls.
My name is Linda.
And my name is Paris, and welcome to episode 8. Today we're going to be diving into a brand new series with life path numbers. So specifically today we will be talking about life path 1.
Yeah, so this is going to be based on numerology. We are not experts in any way or shape, but we have done a lot of studying and some research and just here to kind of spread knowledge on what we've learned for ourselves and how it can help you as well. So let's just dive right into it. Yeah, so numerology, what is it, right? It's an ancient wisdom teaching that is based on the belief that the entire universe is a mathematical system that kind of breaks down into numerical elements. So each number has its own nature and its own vibrational frequency that corresponds to like personal characteristic. So there are different types of numerology teachings, each with its own strengths and its own like areas of expertise. I'll just kind of like run through a couple of them. So the first one is called the Chaldean numerology system, and it's actually originated from ancient Babylonia. So they have like a number system from 1 through 8 where they assign numbers to each alphabet letter. And they have like a 1 through 52 number special meanings for each specific number. That's kind of like what differentiates it. The next one is called Tamil, which is Vedic Indian systems. It's the oldest form of numerology, and it's also used in, of course, the eastern side. The next one is called the Kabbalah numerology. So this is based on like Hebrew teachings and systems. And then of course we have Chinese numerology, which is, has its own meanings for each numbers. Today we're going to be specifically focusing on Pythagorean numerology. So this is actually the modern Western way of diving into numerology. It's been developed by Pythagoras, who is a Greek philosopher and a great mathematician. Pretty sure you've heard of him before in like math, So this kind of helps us understand about ourselves, our purpose, our mission here, and like our relationship with others. There's different ways to calculate each numerology system, but I'll just kind of go into like how we can calculate our life path number.
Yeah.
So a little bit about this is that each number makes up us as a whole. We have different like categories such as your life path number, your expression and destiny number, your soul urge number, the birthday number, and your personality number. So these are all like what makes up you as a whole. Kind of like how astrology, you have different planets like your sun, your moon, your ascendant. It's very similar in that aspect. So let's just dive into like how to calculate your life path number. So your life path number is actually you and like the day you were born. So your month, your day, and your year. So how we calculate this is by taking first your month. So let's say like for me as an example, I was born in November, which is 11. And in Pythagorean numerology, we keep our master numbers, which is 11, 22, and 33. So these numbers hold a specific vibration that is a little more significant, so we keep those numbers. Next would be the day you're born. So you take the day, and whatever day it is, you reduce that down to one number. So for me, it's number 9. So I'll take 11 and then plus 9. And then next would be the year you're born. So for me, it's pretty simple. It's 2000. So 2 plus 000, it's just 2. And so we calculate the month, the day, and the year. So for me, it's 11 plus 9 plus 2, and that equals 22.
Yep.
So 22 is considered a master number, so we don't need to reduce that down to a single digit. But if we do, it would reduce down to 4, which also has like a vibration of its own too that you can take in as like a characteristic. And yeah, so like today we're going to be focusing on life path 1. I guess we'll just kind of go into like, the general meaning of like what it is to have a life path 1 and what comes with it, the strengths and the weaknesses. And so maybe you can touch base a little bit on it.
Yeah, so Before we kind of get into life path 1 too, I did actually want to mention that before you actually incarnate here on earth, you are actually choosing which number you want to embark on before you come here, because it is ultimately like your purpose. So the life path numbers from 1 through 9 usually are the vast majority of us here on earth, and these numbers, they all represent their own sort of meaning or universe within themselves. And then if you are a master number like 11, 22, or 33, a lot of times it requires a lot of preparation, introspection, and it requires you to go through some sort of like serious experience before you can kind of embark on this master number journey. And a lot of these experiences will actually challenge you so that you can kind of go through stuff so you can become this upgraded version of you. So if you are a master number, it is very rare, but at the same time, you chose that incarnation for yourself, and you also chose to challenge yourself so that you can actually become this upgraded and this very amazing person that you are. But this also doesn't, make it that, master numbers are better than just regular numbers. Yeah. If you do have your own regular number, 1 through 9, you also have your own type of purpose, your own type of personality, and the things that you might go through on a life path 1 through 9. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to put that out there. But kind of starting off with life path 1, I did want to start off by saying that life path 1 is the divine masculine number. So they come here to kind of stand strong on their own feet. They come here to be their own individual, and they are all about the me, myself, and I. And in this aspect too, it's actually not a bad thing, because life path 1s, they can be seen to be almost like they're stuck in their own ego, but in a sense it's kind of one of their blessings, because they're meant to truly know themselves, like know where they want to go in life. They stand up for what they believe in and things like that. Life path 1 is also a fire energy, so they have the energy of in Aries in astrology. So they have this fire energy because they are meant to shine. They're meant to be out there. They're meant to lead, have confidence. They have very strong personalities and very strong energy. So if you are a life path 1, you're actually meant to really express yourself so that you can find yourself. And a lot of times, like, people will kind of deal with trauma, if you are a life path 1, with not being able to express yourself the way that you're meant to. Life path 1s are also not meant to be hermits. They're meant to be out there and shine. They know themselves, their passions, they know what they want to do, what they want to lead, and they really stand for what they believe in life. So in a sense, by them kind of following their passions and leading in life, they also lead society, and they also set a sort of image for other people to follow them and to understand them, because they have such a bright light in them, and they're incredibly visible people. So that's kind of brief for a life path 1. But as far as that, we actually can go into some of the strengths or the blessings that life path 1s carry.
Yeah, I think that general meaning of life path 1 is already so much strength in there and so many blessings already. Mm-hmm. But life path 1s, some of their strengths is like you said, they are meant to be in the spotlight. They're natural born leaders. They have this great leadership skill of themselves that makes them stand out. They tend to be independent, but also very confident because, they have that leadership skill. They like to have control and awareness of the things around them. And like you said, 1 signifies yourself, but sometimes this could lead to a little bit of selfishness. So that could be something to look out for. They're very action oriented, which is why they are the divine masculine, that masculine fiery energy. And yeah, those are some strengths that, comes with the life path 1.
Yeah, some things that I was thinking too was they really know how to stand their ground. So when they do this, they're very confident, and they know how to remain confident because they're natural born leaders. So they're almost like the torch, they hold the torch of light, and people or they follow them, you know what I mean? Like they literally are the leader. So they follow, they know how to go on their own path, and they know how to have people, follow them, because they are such leaders. In this case, like I was saying, life path 1 is also, so their ego is also their blessing, because they are all about themselves. They're all about authenticity. They're all about leadership, confidence, like knowing who they are. So in a sense, a life path 1, having a blessing of their ego, it's just honestly them kind of being separate from other people, because they're so unique within themselves. And then because they are, fire, they are meant to shine, and that's one of their blessings. They're meant to do that. And then also they kind of have the power to ignite things. So, if people are feeling down, they have a way to lift people up. And then at the same time, they don't really care for comfort, because what they care for is truth and expression. They care to just, they're honestly the natural born leaders, and they also care to just be truth seekers. They just want to know exactly what it is and just give it to them straight. They don't want comfort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was something that I did have for a few of the blessings that they had. If you want to get into the negatives of
like the weaknesses of a life path 1.
Mm-hmm.
So like with all like numbers or like life paths, there is a positive and a negative vibration to each, and that's just the duality that we live in. So like the weaknesses is that life path 1, they tend to like, keep going, because they are the leaders. They keep forging forward, and sometimes it can be hard to know when to stop. They also can be kind of bossy. That comes with being a leader. You're so used to being a leader, managing others and like leading. You tend to be kind of bossy, which could push people away and could lead to like, being a little bit lonely, feeling alone, like, you don't really fit in. They also tend to cut people out once, their purpose has been served in their lives, because life path 1, like you said, it's about the self. And so if, the people around them are not very like beneficial to them, they tend to like cut those people off, because it doesn't serve them any purpose. And also it's really important for life path 1s to pay attention to other people's point of views, because they tend to like not listen a little bit.
For sure. So I do actually have some challenges from their childhood. So based on their childhood, a lot of them may feel very misunderstood, or kind of like a black sheep in the family as well. But it's because, they are kind of the rebels, nonconformists. They don't like to do like everything that their parents tell them to. They kind of just want to like, they know exactly what they want to do already, so they tend to follow that, and they tend to be rebels, so they don't really listen as often. And they do have a lot of fire in them. So in a sense, a lot of life path 1s, they actually kind of grow up with a sort of challenger. And this challenger can be a forceful parent. It can be some sort of guardian or person in their life who just really taught them a lot of lessons. And this usually goes from a very young age. I'm talking from like the day, when you were young, like very young, like 5 to 10 years old, like when you're around this age, you kind of go through a lot of challenges, and there's this person in their life that kind of challenges them to learn a sort of lesson. And it could be a wide range of things, because trauma is a wide range of things as well. But one challenge with life path 1 too is that sometimes their fire or their spark can actually be shut down or taken away from them, and they tend to not be as self-expressive as they should be. But that kind of goes from trauma. So from there, they have to learn how to heal that trauma, because they are a leader number, and they want to get their way, and they're here to have their way, and they're not really here to like compromise all the time. Some people may actually think that they are like selfish or inconsiderate, and, they have to learn empathy and things like that. Yeah. So, one way that a life path 1 can kind of, get through this challenger in their life is actually just by simply having gratitude for them, because this challenger was meant to shape them to be the person that they were meant to become, and also kind of give them strength as their journey continues on. So, moving forward, I guess maybe if you want, you can start talking about the life path number 1 and their career or their love life.
Yeah, so life path 1 in terms of career, um, you might find that an area you would like that's more suitable for you is something that's not so repetitive long term, because you're meant to be, leading and doing things that are different from what everyone else is doing, like the crowd. Since life path 1 is all about the self, you can be self-made as an entrepreneur if you wanted to. You would also be really good in areas such as like management, because you have that leadership skill. You're more likely to want to be your own boss than to be working under a boss, because you have that leadership ability within you. You don't really like to listen to others or, be bossed around. So those are like some areas that you can consider for, career. I want to go into love. I think this is really interesting. So, in love, as a life path 1, because you are the divine masculine, you do take charge more in, every aspect of your life. And this also pertains to love as well. You do have like a more dominant nature, more masculine nature, which could kind of clash if the other person that you're with is also just as dominant. You are a more protective and like dedicated individual, so people will feel, safe and secure under you, being with you. And interestingly, you would match better with life paths 3, 5, and 6. So life path 3 is a little bit more softer and they're more lighthearted. And so they'll be able to handle life path 1s better. And life path 5, they're very adventurous. So this can kind of help keep life path 1 not take life too seriously. So those are some interesting facts about those 2 areas.
For sure. All right, so another thing that I wanted to kind of touch base on was also if you were born on a number 1, 10, 19, or 28, you do have the energy of the 1 on the day that you were born. So these people usually, if you can resonate with this, you were actually born on that number to kind of lead a legacy, so usually these are individuals who, they seek like this originality. They're here to like leave something, like leave a mark on their world, So anybody with this type of number in their, that if you were born on one of these numbers, you are natural leaders. You guys have breakthroughs. You're always creating. You're always moving. You have so much energy. You have almost like a trailblazing type of attitude. And, a challenge of 1 is that it can actually, be difficult for people born on the number 1, 10, 19, or 28 to complete projects. So you might like have this fire where you're like, yes, I know how to start and I get through it and everything, but it's also very hard for you to finish it. So you might have a lot of like new ideas, new projects. They come to you easily, but at the same time, it's hard for you to finish them. And they're also here to learn how to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. So they're very like reliant on themselves. And they actually do have a desire to be loved by someone. And, so there is a sense where life path 1s also have to learn what empathy is,
Yes.
Because sometimes they can be, self-centered, but at the same time, move from apathy to empathy. And instead of being selfish, be self-fullness, and in this sense, then they will actually start to attract more people into their life. And this is a powerful like leader type of number. So it is important to maintain those relationships and things like that. So if you were born on those days and you have, the energy of the 1, this can also kind of apply to you in a sense. But yeah, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, life path 1, you're not meant to be in the shadows. You're meant to shine your light. You're meant to lead. You're meant to leave a legacy and, create like a pathway for others to follow and embark on as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so just to like kind of close off, I want to end on some fun facts. So if you're Life Path 1, some colors that might be very lucky for you to wear is red, yellow, and orange. And these are, of course, if we associate them with the chakras, it's, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and then your solar plexus, which is all about confidence, self-esteem, expression, stability, foundation, taking action. So these are all really good colors for you to wear that you can use to embark more of this type of energy to really fulfill like your purpose here as a Life Path 1. And also lucky gemstone is ruby. So if you are into crystals, and use the power of healing crystals to kind of embark on those energies.
Yeah, perfect. I have 2 pointers for Life Path 1, okay? The first one is to make sure that you are keeping your throat chakra healthy, because this is all about self-expression. Life Path 1, in a sense, is not always about like saying things out loud, but they are about leading, and they're about, getting their words and their originality and their individuality out there. So make sure that, when you say things, you don't come off too harsh or too kind of crazy out there, because people, they do kind of see the Life Path 1 as being very fiery. So make sure that you're keeping it healthy in a sense where you can be self-expressive, and also where nobody is shutting you down or dimming your light, because you are meant to shine and you are meant to be self-expressive. You are meant to share your truth. Another thing is to also find a sort of practice that could be kind of flowy or like more balanced, like on the feminine side of things, because a Life Path 1 is the energy of the masculine. So if you can do something like yoga or meditation or something like that, that can kind of help calm and balance the masculine side of you, and put you into a balance of the feminine side of things, that would also be great, to just kind of balance both sides of duality. So those are some of my pointers for Life Path 1. I feel that Life Path 1 has such a beautiful energy, and just in general, I have so many Life Path 1s in my own personal life, and I know all of them, they all are so like just natural leaders. They're just natural at saying exactly what they need to. And this, I don't know, just the energy of 1 is very, very strong. It's very beautiful. And if you're a Life Path 1, I hope you enjoy this video. Or if you know somebody with a Life Path 1, feel free to share this with them. Maybe this can kind of help them with finding their purpose and understanding some of their strengths as well as their challenges.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck, Life Path 1. We are rooting for you, and you're meant to be doing great things in this world. So thanks again for watching, and don't forget to share this. It helps reach others that may find this information valuable and help them in their journey as well. All right. Thanks for watching. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.